If you are a contractor, imagine if you could automate part of your business so that you save 23 hours a week. So that could be you or your team, literally saving 23 hours a week. I'm no mathematician, but if you're paying somebody $20 an hour and you're saving 23 hours a week, that is $460 per week. That's $1,840 saved in labor alone every month. That doesn't include what that person, including you, can do with that time instead. My name is Barb McGowan. I'm with MeetEmma.io, and I want to tell you about 7 contractor automations that save 23 hours a week for one of my clients. I set all of these up, and I only had to set them up once, and now they work for him forever. So if you are a contractor working in HVAC, roofing, solar, or insulation, I want you to stay and watch this because this could change your life. I'm going to start with the video testimonial request automation. And these are all conservative numbers. So this is what the time that it saves every week. And this is very conservative. So basically the way that this automation works is after a job is marked complete, the person, after a couple days of waiting, that customer will now receive an automated sequence via text and email requesting a video testimonial and offering a $25 Amazon or Visa gift card if they will do a short 5 to 10 minute appointment and get a video testimonial. And the first day that it was launched, it already got one person who was willing to do it. That's so fantastic. I can't even tell you guys. Video testimonials are the lifeblood of your business. You should be doing them. You should be requesting them for every job that you complete, regardless of whether or not you have an automation set up. And that's because you can use those video testimonials on social media. You can have them live on platforms like YouTube. And then if you have your sales guy go out to a customer's house and they're trying to sell, a roof or whatever the services that you offer, they can send that video testimonial to that person to help get them over the fence. Go from, maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't, to, oh, I'm definitely going with them because this person, this real life customer had such an amazing experience. So I want to show you really quickly what that video testimonial automation looks like. Okay. So the trigger is the job is marked complete. It waits a couple days. Then the customer receives a text and an email, and then it waits for the reply. If they do reply, then the team gets an internal notification that, pops up on their phone. And it says, hey, you have somebody who's willing to do a video testimonial. If not, if they don't reply, after 4 days, it will resend them a request, again, via text and via email. Then it's going to wait and, again, follow up with them and say, hey, life is busy. We realize that you might not be able to do a video testimonial right now, but the offer is always on the table. So if you decide in the future that you'd like to do a video testimonial, you can still get that $25 Amazon or Visa gift card. So it's really one last ditch effort to get that person to bite and take the bait. And that's it. So anytime that a customer replies to this, the team will get an internal notification that's going to pop up on their phone. Super easy. They don't have to do anything crazy to manage it. And that's how that workflow works. And I should mention that all these workflows are things that we built on our platform, MeetEmma.io. If you're not already doing these things, you guys, I promise you, even if you're doing them manually to start, that these behaviors are going to make you so much more money. So, number 1, request video testimonials from every job you complete. The second one that I'm extremely excited about is the Angi Leads Automation. So, some people think the Angi Leads is a platform that you shouldn't waste your money on. The leads never respond, yada, yada, yada. That's not true. And let me tell you exactly how I know that. My client was struggling because they would get 20, 25 Angi Leads per month, right? And, an hour or so after they came in, maybe 2 hours, they were reaching out to them, but they couldn't get a hold of them. You guys, do you know why that is? When somebody submits a request through Angi, obviously it's going to go out to you and your competitors. So number 1, they were probably getting reached out to first by your competitor. Number 2, people have the highest intent to make a decision, make a purchase, book an appointment when they submit that request. Every minute that passes, that intent, that desire for the service that they're requesting, that dwindles over time. And so if you could contact them immediately, you are going to book a gazillion times more Angi leads from just being a lead to now being a booked appointment. And I'm going to talk about the exact result that my client got in just a second. But let me show you what that automation looks like. So I know this looks kind of long and beastly, and this is actually just one side of the automation. I actually have some code set up on the back end that you can't see, but basically the trigger is anytime a lead comes through marked as Home Advisor or Angi lead, it creates an internal notification to just let the team know, hey, a new Angi lead came in, just to keep it on people's radar. When I say immediately, you guys, the lead, when they click the submit button on the Angi website, they immediately get a text and an email from this business. And you might say, well, how do you do that? Because Angi Leads masks the customer's phone number. They sure do. But I figured out a way to unmask it using data on the back end, which is not set up here. And then that data comes into our system, and that's the real phone number. So on their real phone number, they're getting a text that says, hey, just saw your request come in for XYZ project. Would love to get you on the calendar and, come out and take a look. That type of a thing. So they get a text and an email. And the first day that this launched, I believe 4 Angi Leads estimates were booked just on the first day. And with 20 or 25 Angi Leads coming in monthly, like on a normal basis for this client, they would maybe book 4 estimates from Angi per month. Okay. So it's like a massive difference just on the first day. So they're getting that email and that text immediately. After 1 hour, if the contact replies, if the lead replies, the internal notification goes out, and then they get removed from this workflow. After 1 hour, if they haven't replied, then a follow-up text message and a follow-up email gets sent out saying, hey, I know you're busy, just wanted to follow up and make sure that we get you on the schedule before we're booked up. So it's, again, following up with them with the understanding that the sooner that you can get in contact with them, the better. Then after 1 day, it's going to follow up again, text and email. It's going to wait 1 day, so on and so forth. And so this automation could go on forever. But this has been so effective. If you are on Angi Leads, I promise you, those leads are actually legitimately interested and they're not fake. And I only say that because I used to think they were fake. And this contractor was like, I honestly think that the Angi Leads that are in there are fake. Like the company just puts them in and they're not actually real leads. After setting up this automation and getting immediate responses back from people after they submit the request, and they're getting that immediate text from the business, I can tell you that I think that it's not that the leads are fake. It's that the businesses aren't reaching out to them fast enough. Okay. Super excited about that one because it's going to make such a huge impact for this client. So, and think of the time that it takes to have you and your team following up with those leads. If you are only giving them a call once and they don't answer you, leave a message, you never call again, you are wasting money on that lead to pay for it in the first place, but you're also leaving money on the table because they want that service. They just are going to go with somebody else. Maybe they're at work and they, submitted the request at work, or maybe they're, whatever the scenario is, but just because you don't want to follow up with them or you don't have time to follow up with them or whatever the case is, this takes care of that. And you don't have to worry about it. It just happens automatically. The next one that is an absolute lifesaver is the customer referral / referrer automation. So basically, and that one's a bit more complex, so I'm not going to bring it up. But basically, whenever a job is marked complete, that customer now gets entered into this workflow, right? And so it's going to say, hey, you're welcome to be part of our referral program. Click this link and you'll get your special link that you can share with friends and family, coworkers, whoever, and you can earn up to $250 per referral. That's going to depend on the industry that you're in. Like solar, I know they do like $1,000 referral. So it's just going to depend on a number of different factors. But the point is That's all automated. And then every month, they're going to get a text message and an email to remind them that they can send referrals to the business and get paid each and every time. And that could come in cash, check, like however you want to handle it. However, the system that we have that's set up automatically sends out payments to people via PayPal. So literally you don't have to lift a finger. You don't have to track, okay, did this job close? Oh, were they a referral? You don't have to stress about it. It's all automated. And so that's going to drive more referrals when people are like, oh my gosh, I already got paid from that job. That's so cool. I referred my sister and she's so happy and now I get $250. That's just going to excite people and drive them further and further to keep referring your business, knowing that you hold up your end of the bargain. Okay, another one that's super exciting to me. This one is the automated social media poster. So maybe you have a marketing person. Maybe you don't. Maybe it's just you and a small team of like 2-3 people. Okay, there is a gal, and you can look on Facebook and Instagram. Her name is Attic Queen. She's an installation contractor in Florida. She does not pay for leads, you guys. She is not on any paid advertising whatsoever. She's not paying for Angi. She's not doing Google ads, Facebook ads, nothing. All of her leads come organically. Let me just pull up her account so you can see her. So she has 9,100 followers. She's out here posting every day. Her posts aren't anything crazy. It's just like images of a day in the life, her talking to the camera, that kind of a thing. But the point is that all of her leads are organic and they all come from social media. So if you're not posting on social media, you're missing out. Like you are missing out on the possibility of building your own brand, looking like a legitimate company, and having people be able to go and be educated by your videos and find out who you are, what you do, who you help, and why they should choose you over your competitor. So even if you are posting a couple times a day and you're doing it kind of half-assed, right? It doesn't matter. You just need to be documenting the work that you're doing. So here's the team and we're replacing this roof the next couple days or whatever it is. But the point is you just need to be documenting. You need to be creating some kind of content. If you're the business owner, get your face on there, talk to the camera. It doesn't need to be a 10-minute video. It can be a 30-second video once or twice a day. And you're already doing the work. You're already going out to the job site and doing the work. So just document it, record it, and you can use our automated social media poster and let me show you how it works. So basically, it's a Google form. All you do, and this utilizes ChatGPT to do a lot of the work for you, you upload your file. So that's like a video file, or it could be an image file. And then you type in like a short description, nothing too fancy about what it's about. So, today we're removing the insulation from this attic because it was contaminated by rodents. That's it. You don't need to worry about hashtags. You don't need to worry about sounding fancy, anything like that. And then this is the automation that happens on the back end. So you fill out the Google form. It posts the video to Google Drive. Don't worry about what this request is. It's basically downloading the video into a file that's compatible. ChatGPT creates the caption and the hashtags, and then it uploads your video to social media. Then it moves the video file out of that folder so that it's not going to stay in there and get reused. That's it. And this is for Facebook, Instagram. You could have it for Twitter. You could have it for whatever platform you want. So this is super cool. You just upload it on one form and it spreads to whatever platforms that you want, all of them. So like I said, if you have a marketing person, that's going to save them time. They're going to love you. If you're having your office staff doing it, they're going to love you. It's going to save them time. Or if you're doing it yourself, or if you're not even posting to social media at all, this is going to enable you to do it. Even if you're sitting on top of a roof, even if you're in an attic, you can take that video, just do it on your phone, and it's done. No logging into Facebook, no logging into multiple platforms. It's the same process every time. Lifesaver. You will save at least 3 hours a week or I'll eat my own shoe. How about that? All right, the next one, lead magnet, text and email sequence. So this is, let me take a step back. So if you're not familiar with what a lead magnet is, it is basically something that is like a PDF or an ebook or, something like that. It's digital, but it's something of value to your target customer, right? So it's going to be a homeowner in the Fresno area if it's, in my area. But basically, let me find it. Oh, here we go. Okay, so first of all, you can see the quantity of people that have come through this workflow. So we got 431 in here, sending us social media DMs. But basically, that's something of value. You put it as a link in your bio, like if you're on Facebook or Instagram, and then you reference it when you create content. So, check out the 5 tips you need to know before you get new insulation or whatever, right? You want it to be relevant to what you do and have it be something that is valuable to the person who's watching your content that is only going to apply to them, right? So it's like, if you're not in the market for a new roof, then they're not going to care. But if it is somebody that's in the market for a new roof, they're going to be very intrigued by that because it's going to be valuable information that now they don't have to go to Google and search up and try to find themselves because you're providing it. So that positions you as an expert, and then also engenders trust and gives you authority and credibility as the business owner. So, sorry, I'm trying to remember where I have this stored. I think it's this one. Okay, here we go. Okay, this one's pretty long. So basically, people go through this funnel that we've set up. It's all automated, so you're not having to manage this whatsoever, but they want that guide, that checklist, that document that's going to be super valuable. So they click on it, it's going to wait 5 minutes, going to send them a text message that says, hey, thanks for checking out our lead magnet. The 5 tips you need to know before you get a new roof. So it's going to send a text. It's going to tell them, check your email because we're going to send you all the information you need to know that's going to be valuable and important for you before you make this decision. So every day, it's going to send them 1 email a day for 10 days. So this wait step, so you can see this number 3 means there's 3 people in the sequence right here. But each day it's going to send them 1 email. And then there's this condition. So if they booked an estimate, on the right-hand side, if they booked an estimate, then they get moved to the booked estimate stage. And if they didn't, they're moved to another email stage where they're going to just continue to get emails that follow up with them, educate them, provide them valuable information. And this is all automated. And it's just going to keep your business top of mind. So if you're an HVAC business, it could be like, 3 months down the line, 6 months down the line, they're like, oh my gosh, my HVAC system isn't working, or I need to get it maintenance or whatever. Summer's coming, winter's coming. And they see an email from you in their inbox and they're like, oh yeah, I remember I was going to reach out to them. You're staying top of mind. And now they're going to reach out to you and not your competitor. And imagine if you were having to send to 20 different people every week a different piece of the sequence that you're sending all via automation. So 3 hours a week saved is very conservative. All right, the last 2 kind of go hand in hand. So there's the pre-appointment video automation, and then there's the post-appointment automated testimonial. So the automated testimonial is going back to collecting those video testimonials from your happy customers, right? So the pre-appointment video automation is an educational piece of content recorded by somebody at your business. So that is usually the business owner, but that could be whoever. Maybe it's your sales guy, maybe it's your production manager, maybe it's your marketing person, whatever. But the point is, you're creating, it's kind of like a lead magnet. You're creating content that's going to be valuable, informative, position you as the expert, the authority in your space, and it's going to differentiate you from everybody. Nobody else in your area is doing this. I guarantee you, this is going to make you the premium contractor in your trade, in your area. I 100% guarantee that. Like, this is going to set you apart so much and make you look like a serious business versus, some guy that's doing it as a hobby out of his garage with his kid. Do you know what I'm saying? And if you're the one doing it out of your garage with your son and you're doing it as a hobby and you're trying to treat this like a real business, this is what you need to do. You need to have multiple touch points with your customer or your potential customer leading up to the appointment, reminding them of their appointment with you. So the way that the pre-appointment video automation works is an hour before. Let me actually find it real quick. So an hour before the scheduled appointment, they're going to receive a text and an email. And it's going to say, hey, excited for our appointment in about an hour. Pre-estimate. Yeah. Yeah, so the appointment was booked. And then it's going to wait. You can see 8 people are in this workflow currently, but it's going to send a text and an email. It's going to say, hey, excited for our appointment before we get there in an hour or so. Please check out this video. It's going to help you connect the dots between the information that we give you at the appointment and what may be going on with your home. So then they're going to get that email. The cool thing about this automation is it's a clickable link that you can actually tell if they've watched the video. So you get to have that information going into the appointment. Did they actually watch it? If not, my client, what he does is he tells the salesman, like before he goes up to do the attic inspection, he's like, oh, hey, did you get a chance to watch that video that we sent you? And they're like, oh, yeah, it was great, or, whatever. Or if they say no, he'll be like, okay, well, I'll be back from the inspection in like 15, 20 minutes. So go ahead and watch that. That way you'll be up to speed. It's that easy. And the salesman is incentivized to do it because it makes his job so much easier. Like when he doesn't have to explain every single little thing because it's already been explained for him in a way that's valuable and entertaining and like useful for the potential customer. And he is able to close deals so much faster, so much easier, and just with so much less pushback. So doesn't that sound nice? So it's just a very simple automation. Just send them the text and the email. And then after, so if I click in the testimonial email, so after the appointment, and you can see how many have been sent, but these are all the different services that they offer. And so if I click in here for the restoration, that's like their bread and butter offer. So the trigger is a tag. So what the salesman will do after he gets back to the office, or he could do it out in the field, it doesn't matter. But once he has gone to the appointment, he'll click a tag to add the tag to the contact in the system in Meet Emma, and it'll wait 5 minutes, and then it will send them an email and a text, and it says, hey, this is so-and-so from XYZ company. Just wanted to show you this testimonial from a customer that had a restoration done and they were super excited. They have amazing results. Just wanted to share that with you. It's that easy. And so now that person is seeing real results from a real customer who had the service done that they're thinking about having done. And that's why it's important to have those video testimonials, and then don't just sit on them, share them, because they will make a huge difference for you. And your salesman will thank you. That I promise you. Okay. So if you had to send a text and an email to every single booked appointment every week, and then send a follow-up text and email to them after the appointment, like this client does probably, it's slow right now for them, so I'm going to say like 70, probably 80 leads a month, and probably 75% of those are booked estimates. So let's say 60 potential customers that they would have to reach out to manually twice if they didn't have this automation set up. So the total from all of those automations being set up is 23 hours a week saved, you guys. That's practically like you could just sit in your office eating bonbons. Like, think of what you could do with that time as a business owner. You could, train your staff. You could go help out at jobs. You could go to jobs and make sure that it's being done right. You could call other contractors and say, hey, let's partner up. Like I'm in roofing, you're in installation. Let's partner up and figure out how we can get more business together, and it's a win-win situation. You know what I mean? Like there's just so much that you could do with your time if you're not doing these tedious, repetitive tasks manually all the time. And they're vital, like they're important, and they help your business. So this is the result that my client got. No-shows, they didn't have a ton, but they did have some. But they were reduced from 5% to 0%. 0% no-shows. Imagine. Like I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. They did have people who, when they got that automated text an hour before with the video, like the educational video, that were like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot, or hey, I need to reschedule. But they didn't just ghost the salesman. So imagine him not having to drive 30, 45 minutes out to an estimate only to find that they're not home. Booked Angi estimates, 25x with the automation versus without. And like I said, even if you don't have the automation, you need to contact them immediately, like within the first 5 minutes. So it will make all the difference between you thinking that Angi or the Angi leads are fake and actually booking estimates and winning jobs. Customer referrals tripled with automation versus without. And remember, the payouts to customers, that's all handled. It's all automated, and you don't have to lift a finger. Your customers are literally acting as salesmen for you, and there's nothing better than that. And if you weren't already aware, customer referrals actually are less likely to haggle with you on price, and they're more likely to close. Like they close at a way higher rate than customers who just found you on their own. Social media posts automatically generate leads, booked appointments, and closed jobs. And that's coming from the lead magnet as well as the social media automated poster. And that's just, it's saving time and it's creating revenue from free leads. So you create the video once and it can go out to hundreds of people, thousands of people, and you only had to do one, like that 20 seconds of work, and it can live forever and allow people to see who you are, what you do, who you help, and what distinguishes you from your competitors. There's nothing better than that. And closing rate, oh, you guys. So the closing rate went up 10%. It was 35%. It's now 45%. Here's a rule that you need to know. If your closing rate is above 40% consistently, you need to raise your prices. And they've already raised their prices like 6 months ago, but they need to raise them again. Because if you're closing 40% of your customer or the estimates that you book, you're getting to the point where now you're overworking your crew, or you're getting too busy. And the point of all of this is to get more customers, to make more money, and to work less. And that doesn't just include you, the business owner. That includes your team. So if your team is working their hands to the bone because they're so busy, raise your prices. You will get less customers, and that's fine. But you're going to get more of the right customers, the ones that care about quality and trusting your company. And you have to, give back to them. You can't just go out and do a crap job, but that's going to raise your profile and raise your credibility in your community so that people are willing to pay those higher prices because you have all these things in place. I didn't even go into like automated Google reviews and stuff like that because that's a whole other video that I've already talked about. But the point is, when you get above a 40% closing rate and you're doing that consistently, it's time to raise your prices. And that is a good thing, I promise. Because like I said, you get to earn more and work less. So, forgive me, I'm very excited about everything automation. So there are a couple links down in the description. First of all, if you are a small home services business owner, so that's roofing, insulation, HVAC, solar, and you feel like you're struggling to keep your nose above water, we can help you, me and my business partners. Like I said, I'm with meetemma.io. You can book a call with us, with me, down in the first link in the description. If you don't feel like you're ready for that and you just want to get help with your business, you can click the second link down below and talk to our AI consultant that we built specifically for you. And you can ask it any questions you want, just like you're chatting with a friend. You don't need to know anything complicated or do any coding. You can just chat with it and get some insights into your business. So those are the two tools available for you. If this has been helpful, I invite you to like this video so you see more content like this and subscribe because I'm going live for 30 days straight, where I'm providing actionable strategies, tips, and insights for you to make your life easier. Because again, the goal is to get more customers, make more money, and work less, have less stress in your life, and be able to enjoy providing quality home services to your customers and not do repetitive, tedious crap every day. All right, I'm Barb McGowan signing out. I will see you all tomorrow, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your weekend.